Let's calculate how much money you would have today if you bought 100 shares of Meta at IPO. And just in case anybody didn't know, Meta is formerly just Facebook, the social media company. So Meta is a very interesting company, mainly because they've actually never done any sort of stock splits, and they have an absolutely huge market cap of 1.35 trillion. Normally, companies that size do a stock split at some point during their history, but Meta has never done this. We can take a look here. They went into IPO at $38.23. This was on May 18th, 2012. Now, as of today's market close, today is April 24th, 2025, their stock closed at $533.15. They actually had a pretty significant after-hours trading. If you look above there, they went up about 4.1, so 4.10 in after hours. Now, we're just calculating as of today's New York Stock Exchange close at 4 p.m., not after hours. But let's go ahead and calculate that. Let's go ahead and pull out the handy-dandy calculator, and we'll take a look at how much you would have paid if you bought 100 shares at $38.23 in 2012, and how much you would have today at market close. So I'm just going to use round numbers here to make it a little bit simpler. If you would have bought 100 shares at $38, that would be, of course, $3,800. So relatively cheap, not a huge investment, but of course, it is going to have a pretty nice return. So there it is, $53,315. If you do 100 shares multiplied by today's close, $533.15. So a pretty nice return. Of course, the stock has been higher. It was above $700 as of recently, I believe as of the last few months. It has, of course, come down just like many of the other tech stocks out there due to the tariffs and non-tariffs and tariffs and non-tariffs and back and forth, but we would anyway still see a very, very nice return, a total of $53,315. You could certainly use that to put a down payment on a house or buy a car or something like that. So very great return. That, of course, just goes to show everybody the power of long-term investing, buying, just holding, and waiting till the time is right to sell. And one thing I do just want to tell everybody, I'm not endorsing any of these stocks. I'm definitely not endorsing Nvidia, Tesla, or Meta for that matter. I'm just simply doing a little bit of math and showing everybody what it would have looked like if you would have had the mind to buy 100 shares back in the day, if you had the knowledge to buy 100 shares of whatever the stock is 10, 20, 30 years ago. Just purely education purposes. I'm not a financial advisor. It's just super interesting to see what the numbers would look like.